Hello, everybody. My name is Susan Ma, and I'm a facilitator with the Proctor Gallagher Institute. And today I'm sharing the concept of what the terror barrier is and what to do about it. So first of all, terror barrier really means fear. And I don't mean the kind of fear where we're actually running away from a life-threatening situation, like running away from a lion. I'm talking about the kind of fear where we make things up in our mind, fearful of something that hasn't happened, and it's kind of a worry. And these sorts of situations arise only when we are about to grow. Allow me to explain. Most people who choose goals, who have a goal, most people don't actually hit their goals because they're not inspiring enough. There's not enough motivation for them to go for the goal because it was quite a small goal, really, or a sideways goal. And eventually their drive fizzles out. The goals we've got to choose have got to be the C-type goals. They have to be the big goals, the fantasy goals, the goals that really excites us. And it's these goals that will cause us to draw more out of ourselves and bring more of us to the party, more of us to the surface. It will cause us to stretch and grow. But part of growth means facing the terror barrier. Have you ever stood in front of an audience to give a speech? And you can get those sweaty hands, you get butterflies, and there's all sorts of physiological feelings that kind of well up in your body. And you may go red, your throat may go dry. And these are reactions to a feeling of fear. And fear in your own mind about something. And going in front of the stage to an audience can make you feel fearful if you haven't done a lot of this sort of work and got used to this feeling. So how do we deal with this kind of fear? I'm going to explain it in terms of the stick man concept. So I'm just going to share my screen. 1 second. As I share my screen, here we go. Right, so we've already met the stick person. Here we go. And we know that the mind is divided into two parts, and here's the body right here. The mind is divided in the conscious and subconscious mind. Now, this particular person is in a state of an X energy, meaning bondage. And this person isn't really thinking anything different. They're in the comfort zone. X-type thoughts in their conscious mind, X-type thoughts in their subconscious mind, and an X-type vibration in their body. And their results are going to be X-type results. So let's call this person someone who is working in a 9-to-5 job, and this is what they're conditioned to doing, and they're earning £25,000 a year. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. They're not thinking and entertaining any ideas. Now, what if this person now is thinking a why idea? They get a why idea in their mind. Okay, so now he's no longer in bondage. This person gets a why idea. And a why idea is entertained in the conscious mind. Maybe they might want to think about starting a business, but they've got no business experience. They're dreaming about the kind of money they could have in this business and the freedom they could have, the kind of holidays they could have. But they really haven't entertained that idea seriously. And so therefore, the why idea in the conscious mind does not go into the subconscious. It's not, there's no emotion in there. It's just a fleeting, fanciful idea. And therefore, the vibration in the body is still going to be an X-type vibration, and they still get X-type results. Now, what if the situation changes where they actually do entertain this why idea? What if this stick person now is thinking, actually, I really dislike my job. I really don't want to be here. I don't like my boss. And I would love to start this business. I can do this on my own. I can make more money on my own. So I'm going to quit my £25,000 a year job and make a six-figure income on my own. But I don't have the business experience. I've never done this before. I've always been in this job. And what normally happens is that, so they are now entertaining this why idea. They're now entertaining this why idea, and they're getting emotional about it. And so they're impressing, they're impressing this idea and really thinking, is this possible for me? And so this why idea now goes into the subconscious mind. And what this creates, and let me create a bigger body here. What this creates is an XY type vibration here in the body. And the XY type vibration is a mix. It's a mixture. And what will happen is fear will erupt, worry, anxiety, doubt will arise. And if you're not studying this material, you're not going to know what's actually happening to you. You're just going to feel it and react to it. And what normally happens is that somebody in this state of mind will hit something called the terror barrier right here. And they will want to take action, but they're in this XY vibration. It feels too scary. It's too much of a risk. Let's go back and run for the hills and come back to safety. And they bounce right off the terror barrier and go back into bondage. So that's what's happening there. The only way you're going to get through the terror barrier is when you study and gain knowledge. So here's our conscious mind and our subconscious mind once again. And you know, there's a polarity going on here. There's a negative and a positive law of polarity. You know, we can either worry, we can either angst about these sorts of feelings, and these types of feelings are suppressed. It doesn't feel very, very good. On the other hand, with knowledge, knowing that what these sensations are, understanding what this is, and knowing how powerful we are as spiritual beings living a human existence, we can have faith that everything will be supplied to us as and when we need it. And we can have a positive vibration of expectancy. What if I can do this? Not what if I can't. What if I can do this? What if I'm a success? How my life will change. And you can feel joyful, and this kind of feeling has to be expressed. So it's expressed. You don't suppress joy, you express it, and you go into a marvelous, magnificent vibration. And that's how you move through the terror barrier, through understanding what this feeling is and doing it anyway, because the only way you're going to get through is to endeavor. You just got to get up and do it. And essentially what I'm sharing with you here is this idea to move through the terror barrier to freedom, And then you're moving this person with a why idea, which is emotionalized with feeling, into the subconscious mind, and moves the body into a why vibration. And then the process starts all over again, because you set yourself bigger goals to go for from that point, and you'll hit the terror barrier all over again. I like to think of the terror barrier not so much as something to be afraid of. It's actually a great sign. It means a vibrational change, because you're moving out of the way you used to be, your old conditioning, because you're going into something new. So it's going to feel foreign. But we can look at it as excitement. We can see it as moving up from one frequency to the next, because we're going to grow. Remember what it felt like if you've ever stood in front of an audience and was so nervous to have a Facebook Live, to do a live launch, and give public speaking. and all that fear the first time that you may have gone through something like this, and how good it felt when you actually stepped up to the plate and did it. That's growth. So the terror barrier is a fantastic sign to growth and going for bigger, better goals. Thank you very much.